know it's me. Coming at you live. It's the Politics and War Awards Show. Who will win? Who will go home empty-handed? You know it's me. All these awards are coming home with me.
This award, that award, may I have another? I have so many of them, I'll have to give one to my mother. I didn't even have to pay. All of these awards keep coming my way. Coming my way.
Trying to find a beat on this hollow track. Gonna find the streak that cannot be stopped, they say. Now who are you? You know it's me. Trying to rack 'em up, trying to win the game. I'll taste of this, you won't be the same. Yeah, who can prove? You know it's me.
Back in my younger years, I would stop running, but now,
You know it's me.
that's not me. No more.
Who can prove?
These awards are
Who
mine.
can prove? You know it's me. You know it's me. Who can prove? Who can prove? Who can prove? You know it's me.
Welcome, listeners, to the annual Politics and War Awards Show. We appreciate you guys stopping by. This year is hosted by our co-hosts, WANA, head of FA for the Syndicate, and Velyni Boss, head of Foreign Affairs for Hand of Fate. If you want to do a quick mic check, guys, WANA, do we have you? Velyni, can you hear us?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, good.
Perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and I just got a message. Was the event officially started here? Is everyone able to hear us? Can we get a thumbs up? Are we good? Okay, awesome. Great. So, pleasure to have you guys out here. I know in years past, this has happened either in PNW Awards server, sometimes it's happened on Ron, sometimes it's happened on other servers. So, really pleased that Rush made room for us again this year. So I just wanted to give a quick thank you to Rush, a quick thank you to Zig for recording this as well. So if you have to run in the middle of this, no big deal. This is going to be recorded, so you will be able to hear this. As far as what the schedule is going to look like, so we're going to start off with community awards, and then we're going to move over to player awards, and then wrap things up with alliance awards. We have a great show coming at you here. Real quick, just some opening thoughts. WANA, Velyni, what you got?
Yeah, I think obviously a lot has happened this year. A very eventful year, sort of looking back to January 2022, where we started was in many ways, I think, very different than where we ended. I think that we are approaching a year of transition, and I think that we've already seen sort of the signs of change and sort of different ways of thinking coming out. And so I think it's, been a great year, and I'm looking forward to another great year now here in 2023.
Great, Velyni.
Yeah, I think 2022 was a fantastic year, like Juana said. A lot of good wars. I think a lot of excitement around the game, and excited to see how 2023 pans out with all the different changes. Some wars started earlier, and I think it's a good opportunity for some younger people. We're already seeing a couple big names step away, and a lot of new potential stepping up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 2022 is going to be the cap on an era, I think, as we look back. So it's kind of neat to see, it's fun to look back at what was, and it's kind of neat to see what will be in 2023. So how these awards worked. So some of the same, and it's a little bit different too. So As you may have noticed on the forums, there were different polls for these categories that players were able to nominate for various awards, such as funniest event, alliance of the year, whatever the case may be. And then as time went on, those nominations became narrower and narrower until we got a list of about 5, and then you could vote for those on the OWF. And then each alliance in the top 50, it was top 50, top 60, whatever it was, they each got a rep that got a single vote towards these categories, right? So there's 2 different winners, so to speak, right? So there's the OWF winner and then the alliance representative winner. So like I said, we value your guys' time. I'm sure all those playing politics and war have a very busy Saturday night. So we want to make sure that we are respecting your time. All right, let's kick it off here. Cool, awesome. So let's go straight to community categories. So for funniest event, so these categories, they would have 5 nominations. There's the OWF portion where there was a few days where you could vote for it, and then there's alliance representatives where they had some time to vote for it as well. So coming in at number 2, so both the OWF and the alliance representatives had the same second funniest event coming for 2022, and that was WANA. Do you want to read this one, buddy?
Sure. WANA claiming he understands that as TS head of FA, he is bound by a treaty's terms.
Awesome. Sorry to do that to you, but also not super sorry. I love you, buddy. But awesome. So that was number 2, and then number 1 for the OWF. Hand of Fate, militarizing for no apparent reason without any war plans, causing the whole game to militarize, is what won on the OWF. And then Camelot losing everything was the alliance representatives' vote for first place on funniest event. I guess it's the funniest event depending on who you ask, right? So, all right, going to the next one, biggest controversy. Velyni, you want to take that one?
Yeah, and so the OWF for second place, we have when Alex grew a mustache. Pretty hilarious Mario looking profile picture he had. Good, good fun. Second place for the Alliance representatives was Celestial. So that was the Celestial block and Hollywood block temp treaty that was signed. And then first place was Kata hitting Midgard. Syndicate not defending and dropping Kata, and then signing Clips who just hit Kata for the OWF, and also for the Alliance representatives. So they were in agreement there that was the biggest controversy.
Yeah, that's something as we go through these awards, it's interesting. There's a chunk of them that align dead on, and then there's some that are super, super different with the OWF and Alliance representatives. So fasten your seatbelts here. Okay. Next, best declaration of war. So for second place, there was no second place for Alliance representatives. For the OWF, it was Rose's declaration of war on GGO. So that was with the cake. That was pretty neat. That was a unique way of of doing a DOW. So that was kind of fun.
The dedication, Cav, on that cake.
Man, it looked tasty. Did we ever find out what flavor that was? Was that like a chocolate cake?
It was vanilla.
It should have been strawberry to be on theme.
Yeah, they dropped the ball if they didn't do strawberry for sure. Speaking of food, so for first place, Cataclysm on the OWF won. They must have rounded the troops and got people out to vote for that. Declaration of war on food, OWF. And then for Alliance representatives, same thing. Cataclysm's declaration of war on food. And you know what's funny about that? So I know Deca got a lot of heat on this whole where he bought all that food and then he lost all the money, quote unquote. But then the food market just spiked right back up. So he ended up, saved a little bit of face there, I suppose. Rose's declaration of war also tied for first, the cake bake there with the Alliance representatives. So that was the best declaration of. So next up, best wall of text. WANA, you want to take that one?
Sure. So for the Alliance representative vote, and actually the OWF vote, it was Horsecock's an appeal to the syndicate, which was a large thread talking about some of the community issues with my alliance, and for the first place, which actually was the same tie again, everyone arguing over the withheld peace talks, which was a very, very funny thread. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good one. And I swear to you, WANA, I didn't even look at what the second place thing there was before I asked you. So that's 2 for 2. I'm putting you on the spot there. I apologize.
You're good.
But best leak. There was a handful of leaks this year, a couple of fun ones, I suppose. And you know what? Were any of these Spanky leaks? Spanky, you got to up your game, man. Isn't that his thing? Velyni, you want to take a big best leak?
Yeah, I'm not. Definitely take that. So the Poseidon Celestial leaks were second place for the OWF. That was when Jon Snow / Poseidon leaked all the Block High Gov channels planning some wars, and claimed he was hacked. Whether that was actually accurate or not, who knows? Second place for Alliance representatives. I'm not sure how this is a leak considering you put it in public, but one understanding is bound by the treaty, but still hanging cat out to dry. Again, that was public, so not really sure there. That did win first place, however, on the OWF. And then Poseidon and Celestial Leaks was number 1 for the Alliance representatives.
That was a doozy. That was a big moment if you think about it in 2022, because I feel like the ball was rolling in a certain direction, and those leaks when they came out, that really 180 where that ball was going. I feel like
it jump started a lot of activity, and that I've only played for a couple years, Kev. That was probably the biggest wow moment in my 2 years of playing.
Wow, there you go. That statement's a wow moment in of itself. So yeah, yeah, it was a big moment. It caused a lot of alliances to do certain things. It put a lot of people in certain spots that they would not otherwise be in. So, and it's a big reason why we're in the situation we're in today, I'd say, even in a certain light. So, awesome. All right. So we have a lot more categories to cover. Let's keep it moving. Best Discord server. So at number 2 for OWF. Oh, man, these guys got robbed. Duck News Network, man. Number 2, not number 1. Number 2. And then for Alliance representatives, Very Good Media and Midgard War server. Okay. So I have a feeling I know where these Alliance representatives. I guess that's how many alliances are in that Midgard block, huh? I have an idea on what the vote's going to look like. Huh? So yeah, Very Good Media, Midgard War server, and then for first place with Alliance representatives and first place with OWF is Royal Orbis News. Awesome. So best advertisement. Here we go. WANA, I think this one should be pretty innocent.
Yeah. Yeah. So for the Alliance representative vote for best advertisement, there was no second place. For the OWF vote, it was all of the way ads, which is also the first place or co-first place for the Alliance representative alongside the No One Deserves This ad, which tied with first place for the OWF No One Deserves This ad. It was good ads all around here. I'm not as familiar with the way ads, but the No One Deserves This ad is definitely a classic.
Yeah. Yep, the no one deserves this. I think that'll end up still probably bleeding over into 2023. I feel like that gained steam at the second half of 2022, and I wouldn't be surprised to keep seeing that.
That's going to be notorious for a long time, just like growing internally.
Yes,
Yep.
it is taken on cult status, I think, in the community at this point.
I think you're right. Awesome. So, best community contributor. Take it away, Val.
Yeah, actually, before I say this, I just want to thank everybody who does contribute to this community. Just period. You know, whether you're doing shows, tech shows, posting every day, you know, giving your things. So, you know, just because these are the top two, you know, it doesn't go unrecognized. You know, you're keeping us going. Second place on the OWF was Village. Without Village, you know, this game would not have a lot of updates. He keeps things running for us. So a big shout out to him. Second place on the Alliance representatives, Thalmor, for, you know, all of his entertaining shows and charisma over there in Thalmoria, every other week at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Lysander also holds a show on the other side there. First place for the OWF, Hi Dude, our tiering god, our person who, you know, really gives us his you know, his rants and thoughts unconditionally. He's a big part of our community there. And then first place for Alliance representatives is Village on that side.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. So, yeah, just like you said, I mean, that's really what makes the game more special are people like that go the extra mile to add more content and to, you know, give you something to look forward to looking at. So, Hi Dude having those charts is awesome. Village solving the issues and stuff, that's great. Thalmor being that consistent voice, that's awesome. So appreciate all those guys. Next category. Best new addition to the community. So for the OWF, we have the one that only Henri. What a champ. I know Henri very well. Good man, good man. Second place for Alliance representatives, Farquhar. How do you say that? Farquhar. Farquhar.
We're just gonna call him Fark number 2.
Farquhar.
Fark the second.
Okay. So second place we have Farkistan for Alliance representative. First place we have Iceny. He came on the scene, I think, December 30th of 2022, and has grown a legend.
Yeah.
Yes,
The young goat
at this point.
the young goat from VGM, Iceny. Penpico getting first place on the OWF. So congratulations, Iceny and Penpico. Good work, guys. Sexiest voice. I don't know about sexiest, but that's the category. So there you go. WANA, take it away.
All right. For the Alliance representative vote, we had a 3-way tie between Krampus, Adrian, and Kev. In first place for Alliance representatives and the OWF, we had Thalmor. And coming in second on the OWF, we had Epimetheus, who I am a particular fan of.
Great. So, Epi's got that soothing voice. And Thalmor, it's a comforting.
Just the accent, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, it's that soft edge. He's got that soft edge. I'm jealous of his voice. He's got a good voice. Perfect. And then Thalmor's got, you know, that you fall asleep to voice, right? It's just comforting. It's like home. You know, it's just every Friday night or every other Friday night, whatever it is now. It's great. Perfect. So that wraps up the community events. I mean, community categories, whatever you want to call it. Any closing thoughts on the community categories, guys, before we move on to player categories?
Yeah, just, I mean, again, the community categories are the fun part. You know, I really think that those are the ones that, you know, really stand out, and you know, those are the ones anybody can win. It's not like a popularity contest on those. So I really like those community categories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say, you know, I think that the game is only as strong as its community, and I think that this year has shown that our community is strong and also very multi-talented, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of really really interesting things in the community, and it is one of the things that makes our game so special and unique.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, I mean, like, it's what spreadsheets and a half. Or no, I was gonna say something else, but it's a GUI that's not super. It's not flashy, right? It is what it is. It's a nation simulator. It's so the cool thing is definitely the community for sure. That's a great way of putting it. Awesome. So player categories. We will go from the bottom up on these player categories, guys. So if you want to follow along. So we're gonna start with best war criminal. And WANA, when you're ready, if you want to take it away.
Sure. For the Alliance representative vote, we had another three-way tie between Codename V, Dwight, and Mindsum. For the OWF vote for second place, we had HC. For first place, for the Alliance representatives and the OWF, we had Piggy of CTO, who gained a lot of notoriety, especially really, really sort of late in the year, sort of starting around, mid of the year, and then, really peaking in November.
Awesome. Yeah, and now he's the leader of Carthago.
Yep. Yeah. What an arc for Piggy, man.
What a story.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is something most of you guys will probably relate to, talking about busy Saturday nights. Most likely to respond in 1 minute. Bill, take it away.
Yeah, so for the Alliance representatives, there's no second place. For the OWF, it's our friend Pempico. Guy's always online, never shuts up. So I think we all can relate there. First place for Alliance representatives, we have a tie with Mindsum MC and Pempico. And then for the OWF, we have TS Shills. You guys are hive-minded over there, WANA, and
I just want to say they have names. Random, Leon, Work. You guys should get to know
fan favorites, if you will.
These shills have names. Hashtag. That's a bumper sticker. Awesome. And also Evil Pigly or Piggy. Okay, there's no L there. Evil Piggy Fufu. I apologize. She. It's a she. I said he earlier. I apologize. She. All right. Best high government member. So, we have a three-way tie with the Alliance representatives. But before we get there, let's go to the OWF. So, best high gov member. Second place goes to our very own Putmere, who she is an evil, awards committee member, and she got second place. So that's pretty cool. So nice work, Putmere. For first place on the OWF is Toxic Pepper. Toxic taking the crown on the OWF. And then over with Alliance representatives, like I said, three-way tie. One of the tying first place votes was Adrian. Even in retirement, you can't stop her. You can't stop her. Again, could just be the bias from the Orbis Academy for the awards. As I've heard, there's some deep conspiracy theories there. So Adrian, whatever you're doing, you just keep doing it. Nice work there. And then also Velyni Voss. I'm talking. That's two people associated with this. Coincidence? I don't know. Put on your tinfoil hats. But Velyni Voss, nice work, man. He's the MOFA again, HOF. And then Toxic Pepper. Is that a sweep? Do you consider that a sweep if there's tying votes? I don't know. But either way, impressive show out for you, Toxic. Nice work, buddy.
Says a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, next up, best fighter. Go for it, WANA.
All right. So, for the Alliance representatives, there was a tie-in first, so we'll move on over to the OWF. In second place on the OWF, we had Hi Dude, who it's my understanding, even in Japan, even many hours and a very very different time zone, he was able to be online and participate in the recent blitz. So got to give him a lot of credit for that. For first place for the Alliance representatives, we had a two-way tie between Dryad and Hi Dude. And the OWF first place winner is Dryad.
Nice. So good work there. I think that's pretty deserving. I mean, pretty consistent too. Hi Dude and Dryad. Nice work. Great. Best nation page. Take it away, Vel.
All right. For the Alliance representatives in second place, we have Hannah for her beautiful page. In the OWF, rest in peace, we have Red Army taking second place there.
Absolutely.
First place for the OWF, we have Pika, Kev's Bay taking place there. And for the Alliance representatives, another shout out for Red Army there. That page is going to be visited for many years to come.
Yeah. So for those that do not know or have not heard of Red Army, really, really good guy and a special guy that we lost in our community. So he passed away in 2022. And he will be missed by a lot of people. He touched a lot of people's. He was always someone that would check in with folks, and genuinely cared. He was a really good part of this community, and where a lot of people are, including myself, are really, 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 um, it's a hard loss, So thank you, Red Army, for everything that you did. There's a lot of people that still miss you and will continue remembering you. Really, really awesome dude. But yeah, and I guess that transitions to most missed player. Second was Ripper across the board. First, Red Army across the board for the reasons I just said. There's, I know WANA, you were also really close to Red.
Yeah, Red and I, had previously been in a smaller alliance called Church of Spaceology together, where we spent some time. He was a, really genuine dude, really, really cared about those around him, and he cared about those in this community. And, anytime that you talked to him, it really showed. That really showed.
Yeah, he made you feel like the most important person in a conversation. He had a really good way of doing that, and always made you feel very valued. And you know what I mean? Like just for those that didn't get a chance to meet him, you missed out. For those that did, I know you know what I'm talking about. So again, rest in peace, Red Army. We miss you. I just wanted to take a second and talk about him. So let's keep moving on here to most controversial player. WANA, take it away, buddy.
All right.
I did not set you up for this either.
Well, yeah. All right. In second place for the Alliance representative vote, there was a three-way tie. In auspicious company, Jon Snow, or Poseidon, as some know him, myself, and Spanky. For the OWF second place, Jon Snow / Poseidon was the only finisher there. For first place, the Alliance representatives and the OWF agreed universally that Epimetheus is the most controversial player.
All right. Straightforward, to the point.
I'm sure he'll love that one, Kev.
Oh, I'm sure. Nicest player. Go for it, Bill.
All right. We have a tie for the Alliance representatives for the nicest player for first place. So in second place over in the OWF, we have Adrian. Always been a sweetheart. And in first place for the OWF, we have Pika. Always willing to help somebody out and have some fun. For the Alliance representatives in first place, we have Mindsome MC and Hannah tied for first place.
Awesome. All right. So on to best villain. For second place on the OWF, Epimetheus grabbing second, along with Evil Piggy Fufu. So she also grabs second place. On the OWF, the awards committee getting first place. So just like we were talking about earlier. So Putmir, Adrian, we're on to you. You know, first place on the Alliance representative side, we have Evil Piggy Fufu and Horsecock for Alliance representatives. Best villain. All right, next, best in character poster. Take it away, WANA.
All right. So the Alliance representatives and the OWF agreed for second place that HC is the best in character, or the second best in character poster. Definitely an interesting one. I would not have expected it towards the beginning of the year, but obviously people really enjoyed his thread early on in the year. That was actually won for. Did it win or get second place for best community award? For someone wants to check that, but
yes.
For first place for the Alliance representatives, we have Mindsum. For the OWF vote, it was Gooberson.
Great. All right. And worst alliance leader. This is one you don't want. All right. Who we got? Velyni.
All right. For second place, we have a tie for the Alliance representatives. Epi taking that, as long as Tiberius from Rome taking place there. Second place for the OWF is also Tiberius. And then on the OWF for first place, we have Epi for worst alliance leader there. And for the alliance representatives, we have Jon Snow / Poseidon for worst alliance leader.
Oof. F in chat for those leaders. All right. So, best alliance leader. We have in second place on the OWF. You've seen his name before on these awards. Toxic Pepper, second place. For alliance representatives, we have Hannah and Right Honorable. Nice work. For first place on the OWF, we have Veins, or otherwise known as Lori. And for alliance representatives, the top alliance leader is Toxic Pepper. What a year Toxic's having, huh?
Yeah, really, he's racking up the wins here.
He sure is. All right, most likely to succeed in 2023. All you, my brother.
All right. So there was a three-way tie for the Alliance representative vote. So we will go first to the OWF vote. In second place on the OWF is Pascal from Eclipse. For the Alliance representatives, tied for first is Canbeck, Alex W., and Velyni Voss. On the OWF, it is Canbeck.
Vel, that's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, I know. I might have to pull a Toxic Pepper and retire.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, these awards are kind of like the Madden curse. Like the year, you know, whenever you win one of these, kind of like most likely to succeed, whether an alliance or person. I think they usually like delete or something.
I hear the retirement home is a fun place to be nowadays with everyone going there.
I know it might be the best place to conspire as well. I mean, with the company there.
Right. All right. So for player categories, most influential player. So on the OWF second place, we have Borg. The one and only Borg, father of Locutus. For second place on the Alliance representatives, we have Krampus and Harry Flashman from Rose and Krampus from CTO. First place on the Alliance representatives, we have Toxic Pepper, another award for Mr. Pepper. Nice work, buddy. On the OWF, we have Veins / Lori over an Eclipse for most influential player. Big award, guys. Nice work. All right, great. So that wraps up the player categories. So any surprises, you guys think? Is there anything that really popped out to you?
I got snubbed. I didn't even get a single vote for influential, man. No, I'm just playing. No, actually, no real surprises. At least for me, I think everybody was well deserving. Um, I actually would have expected best in character poster to maybe go to WANA. I think he's kind of my favorite, if you will. Um, every time, so to be not in the top three, I think that's a little bit of a surprise. But that's just myself.
I think there's so much recency bias here. How was the Johnson stuff not in here at all?
Yeah,
That's
I
my
think
gripe.
I do think that you are right that there is some recency bias in the awards, but I will say, I think it's looking once again, if we look back to January 2022, I think it's really interesting. I don't know that at the start of the year that I would have really expected some of these people to wind up winning the awards. So I think it's interesting sort of how much a year can change everything, really.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to say justice for Johnsons, but other than that, there I'll get off my whatever. But yeah, no, it's interesting, right? I would say like a lot of these things though, how people assemble to vote and stuff. It's also kind of interesting. I'm curious if the award committee is going to release how people voted or what that looks like, or if there's going to be changes going forward to have that transparency. I know there's been some talk about that. I mean, if anyone has any suggestions too, I know those guys running the folks running the award show and the committee are very open to suggestions. So feel free.
Yeah, and then after a quick plug after the show's over, I'm going to go ahead and actually post what the results were, the top three. Have a suggestion thread as well. So please fill that out and give us any feedback on that as when we're done.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, great. So let's go to the final category, guys. This is good. I think we're going along at a good pace. So perfect. Best holiday flag. You wanna hit us with it? And I don't know, Adrian, if you're able to copy that flag and put it in chat for us as we announce. I'm trying to do it myself, but I'm having a hard time editing it. So perfect. Go ahead, Juana.
Yeah. Okay. So, in second place in the Alliance representative vote, we have Paradise is Christmas flag. Kev, who can I ask who made that flag?
Yeah, Sly Wolf. He is awesome with graphics. We have some of the best graphic artists in Paradise with Sly Wolf and Pika. And oh yeah, it's awesome.
All right. All right. So, in second place for the OWF vote, we have Aurora's Christmas flag. I don't know if there's an Aurora representative in chat who could tell us maybe who made that flag.
Yeah, let's get these graphics designers some love and
Yeah.
hard work.
Yeah, it's great.
Say it looks like maybe someone named Carlo is what they're
There we
saying.
go. Adrian's posting. So there's Aurora's Christmas flag.
Okay.
And
Thank you,
then-
Toxic. Thank you for the ping on that.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. In first place for the Alliance representative vote, we have Man I Love Frogs Christmas flag. Man I Love Frogs. Know if we have a representative from that alliance in chat, but if they would like to go ahead and shout out whoever made that, it's a great flag.
Nice.
And then finally, in first place for the OWF vote, we have the Knights Radiance Halloween flag. And maybe Adrian could tell us who made that. She knows.
I might be able to.
Wonderful. It sounds like a guy named AC or a person named AC.
Thank you, Napoleon. Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, give them a shout if you guys need Alliance flags or some holiday flags. Definitely, interesting to see all the different concepts that come up every holiday.
Absolutely. Best Alliance flag, Velyni. Go ahead.
All right. Second place for the Alliance representatives, we have Aurora's NPO flag. Nice little war flag. A little bit, wanted to be a little controversial there. Second place on the OWF, we have Rose and their flag. Pika made that one, right, Kev?
I think so. I think she's made half of the flags in Politics and War.
And then first place for the OWF and the Alliance representatives, Aurora and their normal flag, their spacebound flag.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a classic. I mean, it's one of my favorites. And if you look at I'm obviously in Paradise. I mean, we took some inspiration from this flag too. On how it's set up.
It's just so aesthetic, man.
It's so good. It's so good. I like the color scheme too.
Yep, that's the colors.
Very vaporwave, like
yeah, heck yeah, yep, absolutely. Real quick too. Oh, never mind. Disregard. All right, moving on. Most missed alliance. So, in second place for alliance representatives, we have Sanctuary. I wasn't expecting that one. That was all right. Sanctuary. Nice work.
That's definitely an interesting one.
That was a dark horse.
Yeah.
That was a dark horse pick. Second place on the OWF, Order of the White Rose. Meanwhile, first place, OWF, The Way. As most people know, they merged with SRF to become Serene Way. First place for Alliance representatives, Order of the White Rose, OWR. All right. Next up, Alliance with Best Propaganda, WANA.
All right. So we had broad agreement in this category. So in second place for both Alliance representatives and the OWF, we have Aurora. In first place for both Alliance representatives and the OWF, we had Serene Way.
Nice work, Serene Way. They pour a lot of money into the credits to put those ads out. So nice work on the commitment there. Worst foreign affairs move, Velyni.
For second place on both the Alliance Rep and the OWF, we have the Celestial Treaty taking place there. That was a relatively short treaty, very, very quick. But it seems unanimous. And then first place we have Cataclysm attacking Midgard, defending TKR, which started the ripple effect there. That was
right.
Across both as well.
Okay. All right. Next up, best foreign affairs move. So for second place on Alliance representatives, nothing. There's a 4-way tie for events for best foreign affairs move, but nothing else. For OWF, second place was Hollywood disbanding. Nice move there. I think some people would argue it should have happened sooner. Nice work. Second place. First place for the OWF, which I can understand this, I guess. Nothing. The year was crappy. 2022, wasn't a fan. Bring back the good old years and get off my lawn, right? Awesome.
2016, man. Go back. we gotta go back, man.
Alliance representatives. Nothing. The year was crappy. The Boomers, getting in there for first place. Hollywood disbanding with first as well. Midgard blitzing Withheld. Nice work getting that W against Withheld. And then the formation of Midgard. A lot of Midgard love. Lots of alliances within Midgard grabbing, making sure that they're utilizing those votes and letting themselves be heard. It's good stuff. All right. Best foreign affairs team. WANA.
All right. Another category where we have broad agreement. In second place for both Alliance representatives and the OWF, we have Rose, which Rose's FA is headed by a relative newcomer to the game, Waste King, who is a real up-and-comer, I think. In first place, For both of the Alliance representatives and the OWF, we have the Knights Radiant.
I did not see that coming. I'm going to be honest. I did not see that coming for the clean sweep.
Yeah.
So nice work to those two. Pretty consistent across the board on OWF and Alliance representatives. I do agree with you on Waste King for sure. He is. It's cool to see more people in the FA scene, and Waste is a good one. Waste is a real good one. Awesome. Great. Biggest Alliance decline. This is another non-fun one. You ready, Velyni?
Yeah. So for the Alliance representatives, in second place, actually, I'm going to say this first. The second places I don't agree with at all. I don't know how either of these people can be counted as a decline since they were, not relatively good. But regardless, second place for the Alliance representatives, we have the Federation. And second place for the OWF, we have the Commonwealth. And then first place, both in agreement for OWF and Alliance representatives. I'm in agreement here. It's Carthago.
Yep, I think it was unanimous clearly, but I think yes, most folks. I think that's
no-brainer.
Yeah, 100%. All right, best Alliance growth. So, this one's an interesting category. You think you just look at the number and objectively just say this one had the best Alliance growth, but hey, that's all right. Second place. Let the people talk, right? Let the people vote. Second place, OWF, Eclipse/Test, getting second. Second place for Alliance representatives, House Stark. A clean sweep across the board, OWF and Alliance representatives. Aurora. Nice work, Aurora. Lots of awards this year for you. Going over to Worst Fighting Alliance. WANA.
All right. So I'll preface this by get your selling military jokes out of the way now. In second place, we have Carthago for the Alliance representatives. For the OWF, in second place, we had Camelot. In broad agreement, unanimously, for Alliance representatives and OWF, Farkistan was voted the worst fighting alliance.
Yeah. It's if you ever want a recipe for winning this award, just don't fight when you're in a war, and then you win. So, all right, best fighting alliance. Let's flip it 180. Velyni, you're in a pretty solid one. Tell us about it.
All right. So for best fighting alliance for the Alliance representatives, we have Eclipse and Terminus. And for the OWF, we have Hand of Fate in second place. And then for first place with the Alliance representatives, we have Hand of Fate taking that. And then flip-flopping, we have Eclipse and Terminus Est and the OWF taking it for best fighting alliances.
So people pretty much in agreement there, just kind of flipping the placement, huh? I wonder why that is. Why do you think that is with the OWF versus Alliance representatives? Why do you think that's flip-flop like that?
Bigger pool. I think Eclipse and Tess has more membership, and not only that, but I think a bigger sample size from the community. Hand of Fate's more of an acquired taste with a little bit of a reputation there. I think that plays a little bit of part in the community voting there on the OWF personally.
Sure. Okay.
But either way, well deserving. They're clearly 1 and 2, for fighting.
Great. Awesome. All right, moving on. Most honorable alliance. Second place, Alliance representatives. Just, I tell you, they have a hard time figuring out who's second on these. There's 2 voted at the top for first. On the OWF for second, Aurora capturing the second place there. For first place on the OWF, TKR grabbing first place. And not only did DKR get it in the OWF, but DKR also snagged first place with the Alliance representatives tying with House Stark. I feel like House Stark has been either number 1 or number 2 in this vote for the last 10 years. So mainstay in this position with House Stark, and TKR is usually at the top of this as well. So Nice job being honorable, you guys.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. Next up, most likely to be rolled. WANA, take it away.
All right. So there was a two-way tie for Alliance representatives. So we'll start with OWF. In second place on the OWF, we had Camelot. On the Alliance representative side, we had a two-way tie between the Syndicate and Camelot. For the OWF vote, it was Eclipse.
All right, let's see what happens. I mean, like, and that what's cool and interesting, kind of like what we were talking about before, WANA, is with the tail end of 2022, especially, it's like the end of an era. So this, I'm sure this list in people's minds is constantly changing. Like the landscape and how people are looking at Orbis, I'm sure is shifting constantly, just with how many different moves are going on and what, as these different events unfold. I don't know what do you think,
I think that there's a number of competing interests and parties right now. So I think that we're well set up for interesting FA as we enter the new year.
Yeah, agreed. Velyni, you got anything on that?
Not really. I'm a little shocked at Camelot being on there.
I don't know. I think they made the news on a couple different things recently. Maybe that had more like recency bias.
Yeah, I could have had the recency deal on there. I'm a little surprised that Syndicate's on there as opposed to Eclipse from the Alliance side. I feel like, I kind of told WANA this a little privately, but I kind of feel like their hatred was a little more immediate, if you will, and it would fade off pretty quick. If you're talking, I guess, on the block side of things, I think Eclipse puts themselves out there a little more, but maybe it's because the TS membership is a little more vocal. I'm not sure, but either way, the biggest surprise is Camelot on there for me, but hard to argue with the rest.
Yeah, well, Velyni, since we're talking about it, who do you think's most likely to succeed in 2023? Take it away, man.
Yeah, most likely to succeed. So second player Alliance representatives, we have TKR, and then on the OWF we have Rose. And then for first place, again, Toxic Pepper and Khan going out with a big bang there, setting Alex and Mr. Z up there for Aurora to be the most likely to succeed in 2023.
All right, great. Best alliance for new players coming in at second on the OWF is Rose. Number one alliance in the game, Rose. And then you have the Fighting Pacifists Training Alliance, the Armed Peacekeepers. Another long-time alliance there, the Fighting Pacifists, the Armed Peacekeepers getting number second for alliance representatives. First for alliance representatives, the Knights Radiant. TKR getting another award there for new players. Very welcoming community there. An honorable community as well, according to these awards, absolutely. OWF, WANA's very own Enterprise Training Alliance of the Syndicate, winning Best Alliance for new players. They've definitely had a lot of solid players come up through Syndicate, and I think this list is real good. TFB's got a great community. Rose has obviously had a lot of good talent go through there. Big Alliance. TKR, same thing. A lot of great leaders, and Syndicate, same thing too. So, yep, makes a lot of sense. Can't go wrong if you're a new player joining one of those alliances. WANA, you want to go to the next one?
Sure. For Best Rookie Alliance, in second place for Alliance representatives, we have the Hive. For the OWF vote, we have Man I Love Frogs in second place. The Alliance representatives and the OWF both agreed that Paradise is the best rookie alliance.
Yeah.
Any superlative words, Kev?
I'd like to thank God. I don't know. It's a solid community. If you haven't talked to us, come on down, give us a shout. We're friendly. We don't bite.
Buy 2 tickets to Paradise.
Yeah, that's the only way you get in. You gotta have 2 tickets. Gotta have 2 tickets. All right, best new merch alliance. Go ahead, Velyni.
Oops, sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Best new merged alliance for second place for the alliance representatives. We have Serene Way taking it there. They're also second place for the OWF, but tied with them from the alliance representatives is the Hive, led by Mindsub. And then first place, the Paradise and Afterlife merger. Paradise took first place with the alliance rep and the OWF on that. So congratulations again, Mr. Kev.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm not necessarily sure if I agree with that, just because like we weren't a new alliance. I mean, we were, but not from the merge. But it was a great merge, and we got a lot of awesome people from it. And hey, I'll take the award. All good.
Say, Kev, the king of the merges.
They do say that, and by they I mean me. I say that about myself all the time. Yeah, 100%. King of the merges. Need help with a merge? You just let me know. I can help you figure out how to do that crap. All right. Next up, most improved alliance. Is that me? It's me. All right. Yeah, I was just relishing in my victory. I apologize. Most improved alliance, second place. Most improved alliance, new polar order. Polaris, coming in at second place. House Stark also tying them with the alliance representative vote. TFP getting second place in the OWF. Oh, TFP, I tell you, they had a banger of a first half of 2022. You know why? The Johnsons, among other things, and Schwinn, hell of a leader. Keep an eye out for Schwinn. First place, OWF, Aurora, most improved alliance. That was my vote personally. Was Aurora. Dark Brotherhood also as an honorable mention. I think they had a great 2022 year as well. First place for alliance representative, again, Aurora, clean sweep. So I think that makes sense to me. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts as we reach the end of these votes here?
Yeah, I think Aurora is, a pretty clear choice. They were my choice, and when I voted for the syndicate, definitely an alliance that has, really, really been on the upswing. A lot of momentum blowing their sails right now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think they have a lot of energy behind them. 2023 is going to be an interesting year for them to see if they skip a beat or anything with the new leadership there. I'm a little surprised. I think that Polaris was listed for most improved. They had like 4 bank loots or something like that in 2022. I'm not sure how that's an improvement, but
I think switch
new polar alliance reps. You do you.
Switch DB with new polar order. I think you got it right.
With who? DB?
Dark Brother.
Yeah, I think DB definitely.
And that's the right vote. But yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm very curious because House Stark was kind of at the tail end of the year. I feel like when they've kind of like started to accelerate again. You know what I mean? Like with Ataxia, obviously took over. I think early last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
that's about right.
Yeah, but then I'm looking forward to what they do coming forward. I think that's one that not a lot of people look at. I'm curious on what House Stark does. I'm cheering for them. Yeah, I think you guys said it all. So, all right, we're at our last category, guys. What a ride, huh? It's been an hour. These past 60 minutes. You couldn't time this better. Wow.
Hey.
What a rush, huh? Wow. Man. Well, WANA, Velyni, I feel like it's been a lifetime since we started these award shows, and I just want to say I couldn't ask for 2 better co-hosts.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely been an honor to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate all the listeners for tuning in and giving us their very, very valuable time on this wonderful Saturday night or morning or afternoon, depending on where you live, So with that said, the big one, Alliance of the Year. So let's do this. I'll go with the second place finishers, and then for alliance representatives, Velyni, you go. You give that one, and then WANA, you'll give the OWF one. Does that sound good?
For first place?
For first place. So I'll do the second place one. So second
Okay,
place for the alliance
Real-
representatives.
Real quick, Kev.
Yeah.
Real quick, just to get our viewership in here. Who do we think is going to win first place? Can you guys type your answers in the chat? Who we think is going to win for alliance reps? Looks like Aurora, Eclipse, DB,
a House Dark, a new Polar Order,
Aurora, a lot of Aurora.
UPN by Pinpico.
I was just curious. Okay. All right, go ahead, Kev. Let's see.
All right, great. Second place, alliance representatives. Second place, TKR. I was very shocked with that one. TKR has had a lot of really good years. I wouldn't have put 2022 at their crown jewel year. But hey, congratulations, TKR, for second place with alliance representative vote. Second place on the OWF, Aurora, second place.
Interesting.
Yeah. So with alliance representatives, what was it, Velyni?
That's interesting. Thelmore, real quick, Thelmore brings up a good point. TKR had, arguably three losses, right, this year. And
yeah, no, this was not a great year for TKR.
Yeah, and they get Alliance of the Year, second place runner-up for Alliance reps. That's, I don't know, controversial, if you will. Maybe there's some bias there, tinfoil.
We're on to you, Adrian.
she's typing them all herself. That's what it is. First place for the Alliance representatives, Alliance of the Year. We have Aurora.
Woo! Whoa! Dark Horse coming in. Nice.
Congrats, Aurora, for their fantastic 2020 year or 2022 year. Sorry.
For the OWF.
For the OWF, we have a different winner. We have Eclipse.
Yeah. Absolutely nice work, Eclipse. Obviously, Aurora and Eclipse both had a really big year this past year. So nice work. Yeah. And obviously, the overall winner clearly goes to World Task Force for 2022. So nice work.
I think both Eclipse and Aurora were deserving of this award personally. I think both had phenomenal year. I think Aurora and their stances, the strength of that CB, and kind of those repercussions of those. Folk, that's a good question. So we're going to have an announcement about the awards on the AA pages for both the players and the alliances. We'll have that on the forums following the show. We'll give some details about that. But yeah, I think both of them had a great year. Congratulations to all the membership in the alliances of Eclipse, Test, Aurora, TKR, etc. I think that you can't really argue Aurora and Eclipse to any degree.
Absolutely. Both very, very deserving winners. Both well set up to succeed into the new year. I think one of the things that really stands out to me about this award is both winners are alliances that are relatively newer alliances in terms of the overall history of both Eclipse and Aurora. Came around, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but not earlier than probably 2019, I believe. Both relatively
Aurora?
new.
Yeah. Aurora? No, Aurora's been around since before 2018.
Well, still, both relatively newer alliances in terms of the history of the game.
Oh, come on. You're just an old fossil.
Yeah.
Everything seems new to you.
It's a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. No, they have come a long ways. You're right, though. Absolutely. Any parting thoughts, WANA, Val?
I can go first real quick. Again, just thank you for all of our listeners in here. Congratulations to all the individual winners and all the alliance winners. Just remember that we can't do these type of shows or even have these type of shows without the community. So thank each and every one of you for your time, your contributions to our community, and keeping this game alive.
Absolutely. And don't forget, donations reset at the beginning of every month. WANA, what do you got?
Congratulations to all the winners. A lot of really, really deserving people. A lot of people who, put their blood, sweat, and tears into this game, and work almost, for some of us, like a second job almost on this game. And we have a lot of wonderful community members. We have a lot of wonderful alliances and people doing wonderful things in our community. And so, I would just want to say I'm very grateful to the community and to what we have built here.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when people are on opposite sides, I feel like it's cool that we can all come together as one team, no matter where you're at in the treaty web. I mean, it's a special community. At times, maybe it probably doesn't feel that way, but all in all, there's some really solid people here. Appreciate everyone listening in. Want to give a thanks again to Rush for helping set this up. Thanks for sorting out the pre-show issues. And then Zig, thank you for recording. So for those of you who are not able to listen to the whole show, excuse me, and wanted to listen to the first part of the show, a recording will be up shortly. So thank you again. And everyone have a wonderful, safe, and great 2023. We'll see you next year. Thank you.
See you next year. Bye, y'all.
See you guys.
Trying to find a beat on this hollow track. Gotta find the trick that cannot be stopped. They say, who are you? You know it's me. Trying to rack 'em up, trying to win the game. A taste of this, you won't be the same. Yeah, who came through? You know it's me. Coming at you live. It's the Politics and War Awards Show. Who will win? Who will go home empty-handed? You know it's me. All these awards are coming home with me.
This award, that award, may I have another? I have so many of them, I'll have to give one to my mother. I didn't even have to pay. All of these awards keep coming my way. Coming my way.
Trying to find a beat on this hollow track. Gonna find the streak that cannot be stopped. They say, yeah, who are you? You know it's me. Trying to rack 'em up, trying to win the game. A taste of this, you won't be the same. Yeah, who came through? You know it's me.
Back in my younger years, I would stop running, but now
You know it's me.
that's not me. No more.
Who came through?
These awards are
Who
mine.
came through? You know it's me. You know it's me. Who came through? Who came through? Who came through? You know it's me.